All right, yo, we are hopefully the audio works. I'm sorry, yo. Okay, but we're back now. Mm-hmm. But let's see. All right, yeah. So we are now going to do some cool. We're gonna do some coding. Some very basic coding. Will there be new designs for our characters, new hats, new masks? There'll be new assets. The goal will be initially to replace the existing assets. So, because we want to have backwards compatibility so that if you made something before, it still works. But obviously, it's easier said than done. So that's the current plan. Yeah. All right. So here's the game. So y'all are going to get to see some of my actual Rojo workflow for the most part. Let's see. Are we keeping the weapon glitches? You'll have to tell me what specific weapon glitches we're referring to because I know a lot about a suit glitch. Not so sure about a weapon glitch. Let's see. But yeah, no, like so. The question is, of course. So I'm going to be making a few different things. Uh, the I wish I could make it so that it just showed the specific code. Let's see. Let's just go through all of that. So let's see. Yeah, no, I do know about the Tobey Maguire hand stuff. It was funny to hear that that was actually a retcon, I guess, because I first saw the artificial web shooters, I think in Spectacular Spider-Man, so I thought that was the weird one. But no, it was the Sam Raimi verse that confused me. More than one trident, knife, etc. I would. So my goal is not. I want people to be able to fight with holding two items. I don't think that'll should be a glitch though. You know, that should be a feature. Um, I if it's used for a more competitive advantage, that's not going to be kept most likely. Am I keeping the suit glitch? Well, you should have a lot better control over the suits for the most part. Um, so yeah, let's. All right, yay. Okay, so let's trying to see what the best. All right, so we have Um, okay, so here we go with the, okay, so we have all this set up. Now let's, um, okay, I think like suit making, everyone loved the suit glitch and more. I do think people like the suit glitch. I think it's more just a, I think it's more just it shouldn't be a glitch, you know? Like this should just be functionality that's supported in the game. How do I trying to get the docking to work, but it's going poorly. Okay, come on, put it on this side of it. It's frustrating. All right, no worries. So, yeah, okay, progress almost. Okay, whatever. It's close enough. Isn't game development fun? Um, okay, yeah. I think that yeah, no, I don't want to necessarily become like hyper detailed with it, but I do think we need to improve the actual quality of it. Like my main goals for in-game items is to make them look a little bit cleaner and make them work with different body types. They aren't necessarily going to be like HD armor or anything, you know. Like we don't need for that to happen. Um, but also, y'all want to see something cool? Tag to Lua is a little script I wrote up that allows me to actually generate um, this. Yeah, the actual plugin isn't anything interesting. It basically just goes through and tries to find all the tags. Um, but yeah, and then it takes that and creates a little script using something called file util, which which is another tool I run with. Mhm. But yeah, why does this keep opening the OBS? I feel like I think I found like a key command or something that opens OBS. Okay. Um, yeah, the why is that a horse cat story though? Uh, are you familiar with horse cat stories? I guess the main benefit is that I can just run it whenever I want. I could use something like an in command saved thing, but I don't know. I just have kind of put a lot of my workflow through horse cat stories just because a lot of times I think okay, here's the main benefit is that a horse cat story has built-in functionality to clean itself up. So if I create stuff I can then have it clean up afterwards, even if the code fails. I think it's just easier in general to write this kind of modular functionality. Like you can see, I've created a lot of things in HorseCat. A lot of them are UI though, responsibly. Here's one. Like okay, this is a quad tree implementation. Like check that out. You know, like just it's just handy to just really quickly get some functionality in there. Um, so yeah, the thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I grew it myself. Let's see. As to uh, creating that, yeah. So in case anyone's wondering what a horse cat story actually looks like, this is basically the way it works is it's a module script where you return a function that creates a cleanup function. And then in the case here, there's nothing to clean up since we're just reading data. But still, definitely a handy thing to have. Um, let's see. Will the game be updated with this remaster? Yep. Um, how things going? Haven't checked in since you did the second redesign of the news building. Things are going well. We have we got the dock more or less set up, and now we're working on the harbor. So let's start by we're gonna do a very basic. Okay, we're gonna make a new workflow script. I'm gonna call it. Um, let's call it facade. Well, let's make a folder. Um, facade highlight dot luau import story. Beautiful. Import service. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to iterate. Oh, so let's actually add the tag code that we made. So import shared tags. Was it tags? Yeah, it was tags. Oh, though we need to just a second. We need to make a source map. So to those wondering, a source map, this helps VS Code sort of find where everything is and helps your autocomplete be better. I use Luau LSP. I think honestly it's the best one by like a long shot. I really like it. Let's see, what was I doing? Oh yeah, source map. Um, so scripts, workspace, source map. All right, so that's made a source map. Now we can find tags. And now check this out. We can actually get like a facade tag equals tags dot default dot single facade. Like we can actually organize all this stuff. Though, is it really in default? I could have sworn the tag editor had it in. Oh, but we didn't. We didn't. Oh, we didn't name it. Okay. Facade. And now we can run tag to Lua again. Tag to Lua immediately shoots out the updated version. And bam, we can just we can now make sure that we are indexing it correctly. How about let's just go with facade. So mount tag. So we're going to do a pretty simple one. Hey there, welcome. Will there be changes in terms of powers closed in the suite editor? Currently, the goal is to recreate everything that's currently in there except better. Stuff beyond that, it's we'll see. If so now we're going to do a collection service, get tagged, mount tag. So for IV in I pairs, if so we're going to make a highlight effect, instance.new highlight, and we're going to tag it with this made. So a made is a little helper with the code. It basically says we're going to clean this up later. I use a modified version, but it's originally based on Quenty's made. So adorny equals v, highlight.parent equals v. Yeah, and so this should, if I'm understanding correctly, this should highlight all the things. Though it seems like it didn't sync it in. Did Rojo disconnect? Oh, wait, because we didn't make this a story. So it has to be highlight story.luau. And now here it is. Okay, so now when we select it, yay, we highlighted all of them. or most of them. There's actually a limit to how many you can highlight. So we might we might only have so many options, but that's not really important right now. Let's just make it. Let's do something different instead of. Let's see. Hey, no, we don't need to trash on Helix. Let's see. I think every game has its own unique perks. Has its own benefits. I haven't played Helix too much, but there's a reason people play it. Like I doubt it's because they don't know this game exists. There are reasons, and I think at the end of the day, the goal is to make the most fun game for the player. And I think the person who made Helix Ascent did that for many players. Um, is it Helix Ascent, or is it? Y'all are just calling it Helix, so I guess maybe I'm just filling in the blanks wrong. Um, let's see. All right, so now let's uh, let's start by doing the windows. We're going to take the okay, we're going to take the okay. So y'all, we're gonna do a we're gonna do some mass editing of things. So if dot parent, so first we're gonna check to see if it has a parent because sometimes it doesn't. Oh no, I can't. I've been coding too much in C. I don't need to put the little semicolon. So I am aware of the glitch. It's just not something that I don't. I think it'd be silly to remove something which makes the game better. You know. Um, yeah. So now we are. Okay. So if child is a base part and child dot hashtag mount tag equals false, then so this is we're just checking the other children under the parented at each building to try to find the right color. Um, you know, so let's actually make this a function. Um, Function get building color, and we can have it. We're going to provide the mount, and it's going to return a color 3. Maybe we don't actually know. Um, uh, the All right, so we're going to move this code here, and then return child dot color. Otherwise, return nil. So now local color equals get building color. But we can also save the original color. Local original color equals mount dot dot we're gonna assert that it's a is a base part. And something that I didn't do for a long time was assertions in the code. They're so handy. Basically, an assertion allows you to verify that the code is the way you think it is, which um, can be very handy. Because like for a fact right now we think that everything that has a mount tag is a base part. But let's say we accidentally tag something. If it's constantly checking if everything's a base part, and later on we accidentally do stuff that changes that, it immediately brings up a bunch of red flags. And I think that's That's a mistake that a lot of rookie developers make, including myself back when I was starting and finishing. I made Superhero Life 2 before I became not a rookie developer. Let's make that clear. Um, and the and that is they just try to make the errors go away. And I think that that's not good because what you want to do is you want the errors to be there when something's wrong, you know? And just wrapping everything in if statements isn't good. You want to do assertions for when you think it's actually going to be like that way forever. That way, your code ends up being more of a reflection of the problem rather than just, a little tool that does something once. But okay, so original color mount. Okay, so if okay, fun fact, you wanna compare colors as a you want to compare them as a hex code rather than as a just a regular color because then it forces it to be based out of 255 again. If you don't actually do it as a two hex thing, the precision can cause it to be a mismatch, a false negative essentially, and that's because floating numbers are weird. But we're a bit off topic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the mate a task where once we're done with this code, it's going to reset the color. But for now, we're going to make it a new color. And so with that, watch this. Okay, so now we're going to mass recolor it all with the code we just wrote. Easy. You see that? Beautiful. Honestly, I kind of lucked out that it didn't just grab the roof. I'm going to make it a part instead of a base part because otherwise it'll just grab the roof sometime. But yeah, look at that. Look at how easy that was. Bam. And it's built in for me to undo it. And that's another reason you don't want to do a command line necessarily because command lines, what is happening? You see that? What is that grabbing? Why is there a blue part in that? What is going on? One of y'all is doing something weird. What is happening? Where? Oh, it's because this one isn't grouped up. See? Look, this is why we do this stuff, because we want to verify that's actually grouped in where it's supposed to be, but it's not. And so it was throwing an error. And so now let's fix that. Okay, so now, okay, everything should be lining up nicely. Perfect. Okay. And then oh, hello. I am. Okay, sounds good. Stream. Hello. Yeah, that was Yen. She seems to be having a really good day. Um, the Yeah, let's see. So, how old am I? I am 26. When I released Superhero Life 2, I was 19. It has been a long time. Superhero Life 3, I think I was 20, almost 21. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, my avatar wasn't meant to be too much of a self-expression beyond, just, yeah, it's me. You may notice I don't actually have a robot backpack minigun, unfortunately. Though honestly, that'd be pretty loud. That minigun's right next to my ear. How do you have a girlfriend, but I don't? It's because I'm probably twice your age. That's my guess. But, you know. Also, in fairness, I didn't really have a long-term relationship till I was 17 or 18. And even then, that like long-term was in like a few months, like I think 8 months, and then I didn't have like a really long term, like into the year level, until I was 20. 21, almost 22. So, like, yeah, that stuff, you learn that stuff over time. No need to rush through life. Um, but yeah, so for now, okay, so we're recoloring it. All of that looks good. Let's sort of finish wrapping these, okay? Okay, so we're going to, all right, so now we're going to, so now let's make sure that they're all facing the right direction, which we can do using a few things. But before that, let's just finish lining these up. The pier is going to be so lit. I hope so. It's taken a lot of time. But I do think this is a good technology to build out though, because this is how you get um, decorations and stuff. Uh, so let's see. All right. Hey there, hee hee hoo hoo. Welcome back. Good seeing you. All right. So let's okay, I need to have just a texture lying around for stuff. All right, perfect. Okay, so we have so I have just inserted a white decal, which y'all are wondering, CJ, what are you gonna do with this white decal? And I'm gonna steal the actual blank texture URL. And so that we're gonna use this here. And so we're just gonna call this test because the scope of it just keeps changing. Okay, so now we are going to we're gonna make a decal. Let's see, mark. Let's see, paint surface. Okay, so part base part direct surface equals enum.surface type. Wait, it's not. Is it cert? No, it's normal ID. Sorry. What am I coding? Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm doing using code to actually make to build things more efficiently. So and also to double check that I built things correctly. I cannot hack. CJ girlfriend Lauren. I met her when I was in Colorado, but her family's in Brazil and her visa in Colorado wasn't permanent. So I thought, well, I can work from anywhere. So I moved to Brazil. Yeah, 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 I love her very much. Um, but okay, so decal. Also, in case anyone's wondering how you get to really level up as a developer, that is through that is through using strict type checking. Like, look at how this autocomplete is. It's so efficient. It's so nice. I don't ever got to look up anything. I can just check. Is it face? Yeah, equals surface. And now, okay, so we have paint surface. So made give task paint surface. dot parent equals, let's see, paint surface part enum.normalID front color 3. So we're going to make the front of it blue. Okay, so everyone's still wondering what am I doing, which is fair. I'm not explaining myself super well. Okay, so top right. Okay, so 0, so top right. Okay, so check this out. All right, so now y'all get to see what I'm actually doing with this. So I just made this part called paint surface. By the way, rule of thumb, if you're going to make something temporary, even if you plan on cleaning it up, just make it archivable equals false. Because that way, if you make a mess, oh well. You know, it's not the end of the world. You can just save it and it will erase. All right. So seems like it did not actually work. Unless, let me check. Oh wait. Oh no, please tell me I didn't just get it on every opposite side. Hmm. All right. I'm not sure that texture worked because it looks like it's appearing there. It's just not actually showing anything. So let's do something. Let's do what's a fun one? Um, so this is a fun bunny. Okay. Okay. So now let's copy this and bring it back to the code. Save. And now, there we go. Okay. Okay. So, will the peer buildings be generic or more individualized? They will be individualized over time, but this first stage of the map is very much just to get the generic high-level shapes in. One thing that not many people know about the Super Hero Life 2 original map, it was actually built at 1/10 scale just to get the overall vibe right. So I'm doing something similar by making the map at a lower resolution first. I would consider doing it at a smaller scale if it weren't for the fact that terrain can't really be shrunk and resized like that. Um, let's see. Will the CJ? How do you know this game was going to end up successful? Well, I don't ever know these things for sure, but I do know that the what's it called? Um, I know that players are very clear with what they want usually. They'll tell you, "Hey, do this thing," and if you do it enough times, uh, or even just solving problems, even if you don't take their answers, usually the game gets better. You'll get people to play longer, and so improving a game is easy. Improving it enough to succeed, that's more of a difficult thing. All right, so as you can see, we have this bunny is helping us. Uh, all right. Okay, so we're gonna make a new we're gonna make a new one. Hit.story.lua. Okay, so import story. Um, import shared tags, local mount tag. Well, I don't even think it's got to be import service selection for IV part in. So So this is called selection, though arguably it should be called selection service because everything's a service, has service in its name, but whatever. And what I'm going to be doing with it is if I am selecting a base part, then I am going to rotate it 90 degrees. Dot C frame, or let's use the pivot. Okay, so get pivot times C frame dot angle 000 math.rad 90. All C frames use radians, which are kind of like degrees, except instead of out of 360, it's out of pi. I don't know exactly why they use this, but it's pretty common. So I don't think Roblox is the weird one for doing that. But yeah. Okay, so now we have something which will rotate everything by 90 degrees. Everything that we selected. And I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what's the benefit of that? Well, as y'all can see, we have a few of them facing the wrong direction. So let's just start by. Okay, so we're gonna start simple. We're gonna start with the ones that just need to be flipped a little bit. So we're gonna do that, grab, and now flip it. Bam, A plus, easy. Let's see. Same here. We want the blue bunnies in the front. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna stick with. Okay, let's just. Okay, now that we know it works, let's just go through and select all of them. Okay. Okay. We're just going to select all of the bunnies that are not facing the direction we want. We're going to have to come back to those ones later. But it looks like for the most part, okay. Oh, well, let's get. Okay, so I think that should be all of them. So flip and check. All right. Yeah, the Superhero Life 3 is more realistic than Superhero Life 2. Yeah, no, Superhero Life 3 is just a more well-built game. It's kind of sad that it didn't work that well, you know? And also, in case any builders out there who are watching this is where you learn how to code. To make that tedious stuff less tedious. So that you can so that when a problem is best solved via code, you can actually do it, you know? Not all problems are best solved via code. In fact, I'd say a lot of them aren't. But some of them are. Like let's see. Where is that? Okay, okay, one more. Hey. Okay, so like flipping all of these on mass. Now we got to deal with the big ones, and the big ones have kind of a problem in the sense that they need to have the blue one facing forward, but I accidentally messed up the dimensions because I'm an idiot and didn't check. So that is something we're going to have to solve in a moment. Let's see, what else? Is this coherent at all to y'all? I'm just wondering. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're flipped. All right, beautiful. I think okay. Let's do a new one called transpose. Okay, does anyone here know what the word transpo is? Also, trans rights. Let's see, transpose rights and trans rights. I don't want to get in trouble for not saying it, you know. But also, I believe in it. I don't want it to sound like I'm just a hack. It's exhausting. People are exhausting. Everyone be nice to trans people. Can we all agree on that? Okay. They are amazing programmers. Let's see. Let's do. Okay. So this one is basically a copy of this. So okay, so we're gonna have so equals vector3 dot new v dot z. Okay, so we're just basically when we rotate it, we're also going to change the size. And the reason for this is this will actually allow us to rotate the ones that were having problems. So let's actually call the first one. Oh, okay, we're going to split up these into a few. So we're going to call this one recolor dot luau. Okay, so and then we're going to call this one uh, check direction dot story dot luau. Okay, let's see. Do I believe in God? Um, I have in the past. Right now, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I just know that I've seen a lot of people get hurt by organized religion. And so I don't know much about God, but I don't think he'd like that. At least I hope not. So I think my goal is to live Christ-like, whether that'll get me any points in the afterlife or not. You know, just be nice to people, treat each other well. I think we can all agree that, you know, we should be nice to each other. All right, so we're gonna, okay, so we have check direction running. So now we are going to, okay, so if this works, okay, let's try it on one of them first. All right, that worked. It also actually flipped it 180 degrees, which, why would it do that? Okay, it actually makes sense when you think about it, but if we want it to not do that, which I think we don't want it to do, even though that helped us in that specific case, we don't want it in general to we want our functionality to be fairly nice. Um, yeah, oh well, yeah, no, goof, I was talking about trans rights. Yeah. Though I mean like I think that's probably going to be one thing which will be helpful in being able to remake the game. You can have more support for like people who want to have like more custom identity stuff. Like if you want to have like a gender attached to a specific like identity. I think that that's just makes sense to support. It's nice that it also supports trans people, but just like I'm just taking my hands off the wheel a bit. I think that if y'all want to make something that looks cool, if you want to make a certain character a certain way, I think that the game should support that. And you know, I think a lot of people out there sort of create their uh, idealized self in video games. I know I do. I in all my avatars, I dress well, but for the most part, you know, I think that that's very important to certain groups of people that I want to allow to have a safe space in the game. All right, so we're going to transpose this, check direction. All right, so that actually worked for these two. All right, so transpose, check direction. Did I just select these wrong? Why is it not working for them? Oh wait, okay, now it's working. I think I just selected them wrong. All right, transpose, check direction, flip, flip, check direction. All right, cool. We're getting them all facing the right direction. Um, let's see. Oh, you're colorblind? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Don't worry. I promise I will make sure that the UI itself is um, does not rely on color. In fact, I have a I've improved my my actual UI workflow so much. Y'all aren't even going to recognize it. All right, beautiful. That looks good. Transpose, flip, flip, check direction. Okay, transpose, check direction. Beautiful. Transpose, check direction. Transpose, check direction. Transpose, check direction. Though in that case, we didn't actually have to resize it. It's a square. Um, transpose, check direction. Flip, check direction. Transpose, check direction. Okay, that one worked. All right, cool, cool. I don't want to add loot boxes. I regret that in doing that in Superhero Life 2 for the time it was there. It's a regret of mine. I do think loot boxes are like better than gambling. I think people who say that like it's just like slot machines are being disingenuous, but they're on the same spectrum, you know? Like I don't think you should go after the people who are saying they're like slot machines. Those are the people who are more right than the people who use loot boxes in their games. And so whenever possible, I encourage the people I work with, and sometimes even refuse to work with them, if based on how their game monetizes, because I just don't want to be a part of that. You know, there's always going to be more money, but you only got one soul. Don't sell it for too little. Okay. All right. So I've gotten less efficient with this. So let's just do a mass flipping. Okay. That way we can okay. So we are going to flip all of these at once. Let's see. Are there any others? There. I think that'll be it, right? I think so. All right, so flip. All right, and we flipped them all. And now check direction. Okay, so now let's try transposing all of them. Check direction. Beautiful. All right, we're getting them all in the right direction. I really should have done this at the beginning. Uh, I shouldn't have. This is what happened. This is why I'm glad that I can code away this problem, but I really should have just double checked and marked this stuff at the beginning. Um, Consider multi-emblem and multi-mask game pass. Um, I've considered the functionality. I don't know if I'd want to monetize it. Monetizing customization functionality went a bit wrong in Superhero Life 3. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful when I monetize suit customization. Um, okay, that looks okay. All these are looking good. All right, I think we have a success. All right, perfect. So now we are going to do a so now we're going to try we're going to try to hook up um, these. Uh, all right, so let's see. What's the stream number at today? I still don't know how 16 of y'all, you know, managed to watch this. I feel like I'd be bored to tears if I was watching someone else do this stuff in real time, but I appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna make a little room. Okay. It'd be cool if Ryan was here. He's making a game similar to this, and not similar to Superhero Life, but you know he's making a game. I guess is probably the right way to say it. Okay, so let's make a folder. Well, actually, storefront already exists. So so we'll call this one the so then we'll filter this one to let me hook up the Luau language server. All right, connected. Oh, just failed to connect. Never mind that. Um, storefront. What was I doing? So facade mount, corner facade mount, mount. Can I just rename it en masse for them? Um, okay, so I'm going to call this one a double facade mount. Can I? Am I able to do that? Select and okay, so double double facade mount. All right, nice. Okay, so now we're going to name this folder, and let's see. So what I am doing here is we're going to we are going to mass replace the double facade mounts with a, so yeah, so we're, okay, so let's, okay, so we're going to call this one replace.story.luau. Import story, import shared tags, local mount tag equals tags dot, well, actually, wait. Um, okay. Oh, just a second. Um, all right. So let me, okay, back to work. Sorry, got distracted. I am very distractible. Where'd the chat go? There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a custom, uh, okay, so storefront, or let's just call it facade. And then we're going to make a tag called um, facade source folder. Um, and that is going to be added, hopefully. Also, let's get this one into group, into facade. Where, okay, so we can add that in, move that over to the facade. We're going to update the tag to Lua. Okay, so facade source folder. Okay, so we're going to now do something called okay, so local facade source folder tag equals tags dot facade dot, there we go. Okay. In general, I found that when I do something like these kind of references to the configuration, I like doing them at a constant level. That way, if I end up rearranging the tag or config folder later, I end up not needing to change all the references. It's just a little bit easier. And I think it also makes it a little bit nicer to see where your code is plugging in to the configuration. So, all right, so now we're going to import collection service. Now we're actually going to do something called, this is a, okay, so we're going to import init facade source folder if source folder is a folder, and bam. Did you guys see that? Did you see how clean that was? Did you see how clean that was? I love it when like there's like a really good code snippet, you know? Hey, welcome, Wolf. Um, yeah, sorry, just code snippets when they work right. It's an amazing feeling. Um, okay, so we don't actually want to necessarily add these things, but still good to have. Okay, so what this code does, by the way, is it checks for anything with the tag as well as if anything's added with the tag later. And yeah, so we are going to, so for IV in I pairs, get children, specific, so we're going to call this a tag folder because the name of it will be the same as a certain tag. So local tag equals tag folder.name. And from there, we're going to actually, so let's just build something simple for right now. Okay, sorry, I'm just cleaning up a little bit. Okay, nice. So templates. Okay, I'm just going to have to reset the pivots of all of them. I don't know what it is with the with these Roblox custom, these Roblox official things, but they have the worst pivots I've ever seen in my life. Like they're just some of the most bizarre spaces. I think it's because I think it's an artifact from how they were imported, because these are all meshes, of course. But still. All right, so okay, so let's clean that up. Okay, so what direction is this facing? Check direction. Okay, so we want it to be lined up here. All right, and okay, so we have the trim, we have the window. So let's make this one out of glass, you know, make it transparent. But then we are going to create, let's add a part here. Okay, so we're going to, for democracy. It's a good game. Okay, so we have that. Okay, we're going to make this a 0.5. And then we're also going to remove the tags from it. It's not necessarily, the and so the reason for that is because we want to actually use this as a little room. And that right, we're just doing something, we're just doing a very simple, is that slightly off? Oh no, did I not bring something? Oh wait, I only brought the, was wondering what was wrong, but no, I just only brought the outside part in. Okay, so we can move these parts in. Okay, let's name this one test. Uh, let's also just add a very basic floor. Okay, let's just make it, make it none. I just kind of do yeah, something like that. Okay, same thing up here. Okay, okay. Connect that up. What am I making? So will there be more interior to the buildings? Well, so right now, all we're doing is we're creating the dream is that we'll be able to build out sort of a building, an interior generator. Y'all remember looking in a Spider-Man PS4, if you looked in the windows, how there was kind of stuff inside it? Well, that's a special kind of shader, I believe a parallax shader, if I remember. Disconnecting, reconnection successful. Sorry about that. Um, I do think that scars should be an option. It's just the question is how to best implement it on meshes. Um, let's see. I think once we have editable textures, that'll become a lot easier to do scars. Uh, all right, so this looks good. I'm going to set the primary part to anchor. So now, okay, so we have version 1.0 of this. So let's we'll call, okay, so this one we'll name this piece floor, this piece ceiling, and that makes the rest of these wall, including this one. Yeah, all right, so we have a pretty standard thing. Okay, so now let's actually we're just gonna do a very basic text. Oh yeah, no, parallax shaders are really cool. We don't have that, and so we're making a really simple um, sort of interior engine that allows us to add basic interiors. Ideally, over time, like we will have it so that you can have like more customizable interiors, but just to do a lot of the heavy work for us, we're going to be doing it this way. Okay, so double facade mount. And so now we're going to do some coding again. All right, so that's the tag. Okay, so we're going to first start by assembling the sources. Local source, and that is going to be a string with a list of models that, yeah, so source lists. So we're going to have that at tag. Okay, so now 4J model in high pairs tag folder get children. We're going to assert that it's a model. Assert model. And if it's not a model, we're going to have a warning saying model get model.name under is not a model. It's a, and then we can get the model dot class name. Assert value is a model. Okay. Map. Ryan, welcome. Yeah, no, this is a cool one. I'm excited for this one. What I'm doing is basically some procedural decoration. The so right now we're assembling a list of sources. So the also we're going to check to make sure it's the primary part. Model get full name. That was a little typo here. Has no primary part. Okay, so we've gotten all of these set. Okay. All right. Yay. So if it passes all of these, we are going to add it to the source list. Source list tag model, and this will allow us to do some cool stuff. So local function build facade mount base part, and we're going to have that pass out a model. Okay, so now what we're going to do is for IV in I pairs collection service get tagged mount. Okay, we didn't actually import the mount tag. Tags.facade.mount. Well, Ryan, what you're witnessing is just how fast you can type when you have a full type safety and a much smoother editor experience. So let me know when you want to work on that workflow upgrade. So if assert v is a base part. Okay, so build facade v. If okay, okay, so for kv in pairs source lists do the tag if mount has tag, then break. We're putting a break at the end. Okay, so now we're going to do the fun part. Local template equals source lists tag math.random number of source lists tag. Though actually, let's make this use a dot, so orange equals random.new tick. And from there, and also, I'm not even that fast. I need to do there's like this one way that real programmers type where they can basically like do all of their commands with just their keyboard. And so I still want to do that one day. Um, if template then, um, okay, warn, no template found, or I don't get full name, sad. Okay. Actually, let's just return it. Not even break. There's no, well, yeah, if you have to code in C, then that is a different thing. Honestly, yeah, though, honestly, I'm kind of shocked that there hasn't been like a C parser or something. I mean, I guess that's how you get to like other C languages if you start putting too much on top of it. I think that's a GTA 3 reference. I still haven't played. I still haven't played the game. It's the only other person named CJ. Oh, okay. Vim, was that it? Ryan, is Vim the one where you don't have to, where you use like HJKL to like move the cursor? I still have to use the mouse like a plebe. Okay, so facade equals template clone, facade dot parent equals workspace. We're going to do that at the end though. Facade pivot to template, no, the mount, get pivot. The Steve's mouse movements in, but I'm not sure. Maybe. Well, no. If it's, I think it is. It's just the. Oh, thank you. See you, Ryan. Okay. It's a shame. He was about to say something really cool, but yes, food is more important than your friends. The basic survival necessities. Um, but yeah, no, I've been friends with Ryan for a long time. He helped make Superhero Life 3. He's a very talented individual. Let's see, what was I doing? Okay, I typed the same line like 3 times. My brain is just fried. Okay, so we've pivoted it to it. Let's do some cleanup. Facade dot primary part destroy. Okay, I forgot. It's because it doesn't have to have a primary part, so you can get an error that way. Was facade dot primary part assert primary part. Okay, so primary part destroy. And then, so for J child in I pairs facade get descendants do. Okay, so if is a, okay, so we're just going to make it, so we're going to make everything non-archivable. And finally, we're going to give the entire thing to the maid. All right. And also we're going to make the mount invisible. So that's going to be fun. Okay, so mount.transparency equals 1. Hey, they're from Brazil. Same. I'm in Brazil too. Yeah, welcome. I guess I wouldn't say fellow Brazilian. I am still American, but still, I'm dating in Brazil. I feel like they should give me half credit, right? All right, sorry. Not trying to flex on you. Okay, so now watch this. Okay, y'all want to see some magic, something really cool? Okay, ready. Bam. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It just replaced every single one of them. Isn't that cool? Look at how cool that is. Okay, but let's undo that for now. It didn't delete it. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, oh well. It is archivable, so it's not the end of the world, but still annoying. Okay. Why is that yelling at me? That's not my code, hopefully. So let's make sure that we fix that. Okay. I need to give that to the maid. And so now we're going to get the recolor code here. It really should be a utility, but you know, we'll make a utility at some point. For now, we're just doing things because this is developer code. This code is probably not going into the game without a lot of changing. So the okay, so uh, local color equals. So we're getting the color of the mount, and then if child is a base part, then if child.name equals wall, then and child.color equals color. Why is he yelling at me? Dang it! Oh yeah. Um, assert color. Bad color for mount. Get full name. Okay. Beautiful. Let's go. What was this called? Was this called? Okay, it's replace. Look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay, so get building. We're gonna change it from color to texture, and we're gonna make a very basic type. Okay, type texture data equals color, color 3, material, enum.material. Um, material variant is a string. And so then we're going to replace it with this, and that will allow us to sort of blend everything together in a way which is still pretty easy. Child.color, material equals child.material, material variant equals child.material variant. All right, beautiful. So now we can say texture data equals get building texture, and we can then assign more it more fully. So we could have material and material variant. Now it should be noted that material variant isn't readable. I don't believe in was it material variant that isn't readable, or is it something else? But I don't believe material variant is actually readable when you're in a real game. So this is not something that we could just do, in a live game. I don't believe, unless we were clever about it. Okay, look at that. Okay, y'all see that? Look, now it's actually matching the texture. Isn't that cool? That's cool. Yeah, but anyway, let's now that we actually have that working, which so sad because that's probably going to be the last bit of coding I get to do for a bit. Oh, I enjoyed it. Okay, well, now that we have that going, let's Okay, let's actually make flesh this out a little bit. Okay, so first, I don't actually like the about to eat some cereal. Enjoy. TJ, put you in Big Smoke to talk. Uh, GTA reference, I believe. Good game. Good game. Okay. Here. Okay. So now let's copy this window over. Um, why is it being this difficult? Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's. Okay. So yeah, we're just moving this up, lining it up. Okay. So now. Okay, sorry, just lining up everything here. Um, all right, where's the window at? There we go. Okay, let's drag this in here, ungroup it, uh, name this one a wall, name this one window, and we'll just go with trim for these. Okay, and then we're going to make them the same. Let's remove this and make them both just glass. Because you know. 0.8, reflectance 0.8. Just make a kind of a. Oh wait, is this a one-way window? It is. Okay, so does that mean I put it in backwards? It looks okay. It looks okay. Um, okay. Point is, I can see why it felt so quiet. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, the okay. So let's actually move this in a little bit just to make it. All right, so I'm really just trying to figure out how I can make this look okay. Um, you know, for the most part, I think we're about as far as we're gonna get. Um, hmm, okay, let's see what it looks like when we. Okay, so looks like, okay, so that's showing up. Such a cool thing just to watch. Just like, pow, it's there, gone. You know, I want to make more versions of it. Um, okay, that one could be interesting. Let's do this. I'm gonna call this one test two. Okay, actually, let's change the scaling back to one first. Okay, yeah, test two, and let's. Are there any ones that are just the door, that are just like a nice door? Okay, how about okay? Let's replace this one with just the with this thing. Okay. So we're gonna remove the windows and the walls. Um, window trim. Okay, and then hopefully that'll line up nicely enough. Okay, so let's go through and actually integrate it. Um, no wait. Okay, I need to get this out of the. I need to not use the template. That this is how you get into trouble with your assets disappearing. Okay. All right. So I'm currently. Okay. So we're just going to snap everything into place. Okay. So now. Um, okay. Wall. And then let's just. They don't need to be the same material technically because it does just recolor them. Um, so, you know. Um, okay, so now let's see how that looks. Okay, this is not the apartments. This is we're still doing the pier, um, but we're getting some nicer variety. Look at that. Okay, so some of them are coming in as that, as like this sort of like thing that like rolls up, Um, so let's actually let's actually make it roll up. We're gonna do now test three. Okay, how do I best see? Look at these weird pivot points. It's just odd. No, go to the center of the. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now let's try this again. Um, Direction, replace. All right. See, we've got some more variety here. You have some of them open, some of them closed. Um, let's let's go. Let's get even more variety. Where where'd the little city templates go? I know there's like an awning, you know, like there they are. Okay, where is it? It's somewhere here. There we go. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay. I'm going crazy though, right? Like these pivots are going to kill me. Like, why is it down there? Genuinely. It hurts my soul. I just need to slow down the. Can we get a pool noodle? Um, I am open to more silly ones long term. I'm not sure we're going to start with that though. Okay. Let's see. Let's actually, we're going to do something a little bit silly. We're going to use the, we're going to use the import package synthetic. We are going to make a style guide. This is going to be extremely goofy. Okay, so local theme equals synthetic style dot new one Gotham light source texture data dot color. Okay, so now what we're going to do is with this theme that we've created, well, we're actually going to make it the theme first. Okay, well, it was technically style. Let's see. Else if child.name equals primary, then child.color equals style get color primary. Else if secondary, so it's secondary, tertiary, tertiary. I know that I really should be making a more scaled solution for this, but you know, um, we're not being responsible tonight, folks. Okay, so we're just gonna copy the word on, 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 on. Okay, so now let's actually lower this by maybe let's lower this another one. All right, we're gonna copy this part over. Okay, and then let's actually add a, okay, so this will be connected here and here. Okay, so that looks good. So name primary. Uh, let's add an attribute. Chance. Let's call it spawn chance. Number spawn chance. How about let's do a 50% spawn chance. And then so local spawn chance attribute equals spawn chance. Um, if child has tag. Okay, so if child get attribute spawn chance, then and um, so local chance equals child get attribute assert type chance equals to number that chance attribute for yep yeah the I'm doing procedural decoration. It's not all going to be procedurally generated, but this is good to just sort of like fill in the background with. And also it has the benefit of if I want to do level of detail things later, it's just a natural, everything's already all formatted up. So I found that, this kind of thing will save you time for the most part. So if number is less than RNG, get next number. If let's see, so if it's over, or no, if it's under, then and continue child destroy. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's give this a shot. We're also going to copy this over to here. I think it just looks good in general. So let's move them over to test 1 and test 2 respectively. And so now, so door, so let's just name this one trim door. Let's have this. Well, let's see. What should the chance? What's the attribute again? Spawn chance attribute. Spawn chance, and we're going to make this one have a 40% chance of spawning. Okay, look good. Look good. Everything looks good. Now replace. Let's see how that looks. It did not recolor it. Classmate it is a base part. Child name is primary. What's going on? Ah, wait. And also, hold on. Did we check to make sure that these primaries are recolorable? Yeah, no, this should work. Okay, so primary, its name is primary. Okay, so replace. No template found for blah, 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 blah. The heck? Okay, let's just see if we can recolor it to any color. 3.new 000. Okay, well, that's just the same color. That's better. Okay, so let's see if that changes it. Okay, well that worked. So it's really just a does this not return a color or something? What's going on here? Self role. I refuse to believe that all of these have the exact same color. Okay. Or wait, does it not texture data.color? Oh, what gives? What'd you miss? Oh, let's see. So odds are this will eventually just be something that generates either really at the beginning. It should be deterministic by using the RNG. So the random number generator. See this little bit of code right here? Basically, whatever number I put in this, the seed, kind of like with Minecraft. So it should be, if we want it to stay the same, we should be able to keep it the same. Okay, this looks good. All right, see, now it's working. Look at that. Look, isn't this beautiful? Um, yeah, how nice. Look at how much variety we've gotten from just a single asset, from two assets, I guess. You see? And every time it looks a little bit different. You see? It's just like it's quite nice. Quite nice. But we do need to raise this a bit. Oh, what does the code do? So the code that we were just working on basically is a very simple, you know, is code that takes these things and then redistributes them uh, across the game, allowing for this to be pretty cool. See, like it allows for variety pretty quickly. You see? And I'm telling y'all, this saved us hours. You would like imagine having to go through and hand make every single one of these. Saved us hours, you know? Um, yeah, so mhm. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, but yeah, so we're gonna keep this in here and hopefully continue with a pretty cool little workflow. Yeah, no, saving time is wonderful. Um, and also, here's a cool thing, the fact that all of them can kind of have interiors, you know? Like, I'm not sure if I'll actually put anything in them necessarily, but, well, no, we will put stuff in them. It's just whether it'll be like cool stuff, you know? Like, we might just put like some generic stuff that will decide like, okay, what type of building is this? And then just kind of swap stuff in. But yeah, it's cool. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, let's build this out a bit more. I think that's probably enough for, okay, let's do one more of this window type. Um, hmm, let's add an air conditioning unit to this one. All right. All right, so name, let's see, AC unit. Will we get a museum? Um, I'm not necessarily against museum. However, that isn't something that was originally in Superhero Life 2, and so you probably won't get one until Superhero Life 3 gets remade. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd like these more than I ended up. You know, let me get a door. I need a door. Let's see. What's a good? Yep, Superhero Life 2 is getting remastered, but Superhero Life 1, that so what it is on the to-do list. Superhero Life 1 will be made if I've literally like if Superhero Life 2 and 3 are both successful. You know? Like it's not the it's nobody's Superhero Life 1's days are forever behind it, you know? So I my plan is just to add ooh, different types of these. That's cool. Okay. We're gonna add some support for something, yo. We're gonna add some support for a new um, for a new type of procedural generation. Um, do, do, do. I really hate these pivots though. Don't they just look awful? Um, uh, I did work on Superhero Life 3 a few times. I tried very hard to get it to work and be fixed and be fun, but the game was just too flawed um, from the initial design, unfortunately. So that's why we're having to do a remake. Um, let's see. So awning. Okay, so else if child.parent equals else child.parent and child.parent.class name equals folder, then for J or I, V, and are there any I's up here? No. Okay, cool. And children do if get attribute, spawn chance attribute, and neighbor is not equal to child, then neighbor destroy. Okay, so this should allow for hopefully only one version of this to actually work. Yeah, the okay, so let's shrink this one a bit. Let's give him a little bit more personality, you know? All right, so now replace. Let's see how it looks. Hey, that's nice. I like it. Will the game passes carry over? Yeah, no, dang, this didn't work. It's annoying. Does this not have a chance? It doesn't. Okay, that's why. I did that. I did that. So let's see. Spawn chance number, spawn chance. All right, so 3. Chance 3. Okay, so now that should actually clear up correctly. Okay, we are going to make okay, we're gonna make a new type of folder. Primary. Okay, so we're gonna make a new group. Okay, so group it's gonna be in. Okay, so okay, we okay, guys. I think that is about all we're gonna get into today, but I think I'm pretty happy with how this all turned out. You know, like we have. I'll look at that. Okay, see, like we have some pretty neat variety from just what we started with, and I think we can be proud of that. You know, I think that this looked pretty awesome. Hmm. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow. I think that we should to being able to finish the Pier tomorrow in terms of like just, getting like this to a point where we can just kind of leave it as is. I think that that is definitely looking more and more possible. We definitely should be able to throw in some of the other, fill in the rest of the blocks, hopefully, and then yeah, then it'll just be finishing that up. All right. Well, I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all very much for stopping by. This stream definitely flew by because programming is fun. Uh, and yeah, I will catch y'all tomorrow. All right. See you, everybody.